On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with the New York Giants. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And, Charles, we've got two teams who know each other extremely well. These division games, they tend to be battles.
People scout like crazy in this league, but no one scouts more than within the division. Because if you win your division, you're automatically in the playoffs. That puts extra emphasis on these games, and they can't wait to get at each other.
Here's the kicker, Aldrich Rosas, ready to get us going. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott. Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Right there in the middle, 55. Hey, let's get in that hole.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit every time I think about Zach Martin and the controversy, air quotes there, about him being picked by the Cowboys, because many thought that another player was going to be picked in that spot, but they made the right call in getting Zach Martin. Versatile player, played guard and tackle in college, and uses that versatility to his great advantage in the NFL. Immediately was an all-pro and continues to play to that level.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
The first down carry by Elliott doesn't amount to much as he'll get forward for about a couple. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And we look now at the defense for the Giants.
Leonard Williams was one of the top draft picks coming out of USC, and he's done nothing to diminish the comparisons people make of past greats.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go.
From just shy of midfield, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On third down, it's Prescott. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
55. Hey, eat. Hey, come get some. Come on here, come get some.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. And now he's going to use his legs. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Now Elliott. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Prescott to throw it. He's got it. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline.
And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Right off the bat, they start with a very solid, methodical 10-play drive.
And you know me, I tend to look at things from the defensive side. They're coming off the field gassed right away. And we're in the first drive of the game. So it's not just what happened, but think of the emotion you carry into a game. Then double it with getting a 10-play drive put on you and points scored. They're pretty tired right now.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback, standing at 6'5".
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. All the defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down. Here's the offense, and we give you too much power here. We let you highlight the player. Why'd you choose Zeitler?
Because I think the big guys up front never get enough credit. Kevin Zeitler, a guard, tough, nasty. We've got to give him some love.
Set, ready? 10 Lobo. Sit up. 54. Heavy on the edge.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for a loss. I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on third. Jones operating from the gun. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
I don't think you got it, son.
Draw play, Elliott. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Prescott from the gun on third. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Here we go. Check. 3 buzz.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott going right side here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up second down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe try to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Oh, and now he bowls him over. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Cooper's got it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
Prescott now 8 of 8 throwing the ball in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Here we go.
10th carry now for Elliott. Still on his feet. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
That type of run right there, that just fires me up when I watch it, because that's maybe the most underrated aspect of his game. The ability to break tackles and know where the first down chains are and pick them up.
He's tough, good pedigree. Dad Stacy was a linebacker at Missouri.
Yeah, and how about Mom on the track team? So I think that's where the speed came from. And she's not shy about letting us know that, too.
Yeah, he got the best of both worlds.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today.
Here's Prescott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
One man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal.
Here we go again.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
Mike 54. Check pass.
They'll turn to the power game at Olawale. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
Let's give credit to the defense. They got plenty of bodies to the point of attack and stuffed the run. But I just wonder if the offensive line let down a little bit, knowing that the big guy was getting the ball, and they just expected him to pick up a first.
So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. And now the defense for Dallas.
Clinton Dix attracted a lot of attention when he was about to enter the NFL for his ability to play the football in the air. He's actually shown that he can tackle pretty well in the league too.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
6 man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now Saquon Barkley. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Throwing, Jones. Got a man, Slayton. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
On the double. Hey, we got Mike 50, Mike 50, huh? Stay with your man.
Throwing on first down. Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Jones. He completes it to Tate. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Let's go one more. 5.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Whoa! Let's get it.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead now, they're not close to the first down.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep, Golden Tate. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. It's Barkley on the counter. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
On second down, it's Pollard. And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 32.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. To throw is Prescott. This to Jarwin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Blake Jarwin, 32 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Zerline now for the PAT. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Jones. And Ingram hauls it in. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to, pick up a first down.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Watch the slant. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Go.
Jones now on first down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Jones, operating from the gun. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, a 22.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Jones now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Looking to throw. Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
On the run, it's Barkley. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Jones gonna throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Rosas' kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Dak and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go. Tight left.
Prescott now. He's going to find Gallup here complete. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to take you.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
That's a pick, boy. That's a pick. Going the other way.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, It's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul-searching now. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Jones now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones from the gun. He'll throw. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. 2nd and 5. That's complete to Slayton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Jones now operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first attempt, this from 45. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. New York set to take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Get it.
Here's Jones. Going to throw again. He's got his man. This is Tate. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And this is going to be incomplete.
Started to look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is brought in at the 21. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
Defense,
we
got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I loved one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Here we go, D.
Here's Prescott. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here we go. 57 the mic. Here we go.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Prescott from the gun. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will get the lead up to 14. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Come on, set. 60 outlaw. Let's go. Let's go.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on for the 5th time here today. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
Here we go. 26. 54. 3 buzz. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
26.
Elliott. Ten yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd and very short, Prescott. And now he'll tuck it and run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll run with Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Cowboy 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Check. Watch 54. Check.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Going to run again here with Pollard. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And an alley to run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Here's Elliott. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Throwing. Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along. But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got Big Ripper.
Jones from the gun. He'll throw. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. He's got good size. We know he's tough to bring down running the ball. That also carries over to the passing game like we saw there.
And at his size, how'd you like to try and stop him on that angle route? Him coming out of the backfield, breaking sharply, catching the football. It's going to take a lot more than one guy, most likely, to bring him down. That was a nice game.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Jones now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll run with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
On the set. Hey, we got Mike 50, yo. Ready?
On 2nd and 12, Jones. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start on the ground with Elliott. The tackle made by Blake Martinez.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
50 seconds. Rip left, rip left. 26.
They go to Elliott again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 16 and a Dallas first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Check. Check. 55 to Mike. What's the run? 26.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared.
26.
On 2nd down, Pollard. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
So out comes the field goal team once more. This from 36 yards out. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Now Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
To throw again on second down. Jones, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Throwing, Jones. A short throw to Ingram, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
To throw again on second down. Jones, he'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. Jones heading up here 1st and 10, and he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Throwing on second down. Jones, Jordan Lewis right there on the coverage. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Now Jones throwing on fourth down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton there to make the grab. And the Giants are able to cut into this lead. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that will get him one closer. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
This is Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. To throw is Prescott. Rolling to his right. He'll run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
2nd and 3. He completes it to Tate. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Here we go, here we go. 60 outlaw. Who do you think you want to get next?
Jones now on 1st and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Set. 8, read.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Ready, break.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
Jet to the
First
ball.
down now,
Jet
but
to the
that
ball.
clock rolling.
Mike 50.
Here's Jones throwing on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Tate. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Yo,
Jones
block it,
signaling,
block.
let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line.
Shoot.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Back to throw. Jones. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
So still a small chance here with a little over 30 seconds to go, but they're definitely going to need this one to bounce their way. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the fourth quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And this score will stay right where it is. But, Charles, a one-score game. Down to the end we went. They had one final play in that one-score game. We all knew what was coming, the Hail Mary. They just couldn't get it done.
Wasn't exactly complicated, was it? We all knew, as you said, and go long and see if we can find someone open. They didn't get it done. Someone's happy. Someone is not.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.